Hello and welcome to HPU Vision's new show, The Summer Exclusive. As you may recall, HPU Vision started the quarantine report last year to inform viewers on all things COVID-19 and quarantine, with information like the weekly COVID case count to how to stay safe during the pandemic, and we also lightened up the mood by showing our viewers fun things to do while they're stuck in the house. This year, we are bringing back content to our viewers over the summer with an all-new show, The Summer Exclusive. Just like our other shows on campus during the school year, we hope to inform, entertain, and excite you about what's going on in different aspects of the world. So stay tuned, it's going to be a great summer. Now let's head to Grant Hines with our main story. Grant?
Thank you, Riley. It certainly will be a great summer. But in recent weeks in the news, as the U.S. returns back to an almost normal summer, this year a re-emerged threat haunts the American public. Mass shootings have plagued several cities across our nation and are defined by the Violent Crimes Act of 2012 as an event in which 3 or more people are shot, generally in a public place. As of June 13th, the country has experienced an estimated 270 mass shootings this year, leaving 77 people dead and 312 wounded. Of course, this is an increase from the total number of mass shootings in 2020, as many people were in quarantine or not in public as much due to COVID-19 last year. On early Saturday, June 12th, in Austin, Texas, police say a shooting on a crowded street lined with restaurants and bars occurred when 2 individuals became violent over a disagreement. On the same day in Chicago, a woman was shot and killed on the city's south side when she was caught in the crossfire of 2 men over a dispute. And in Savannah, Georgia, on June 11th, police say 1 man was killed and 7 were wounded when an argument turned awry, leading to gunshots, which may have been linked to another shooting that occurred earlier in the week in the same apartment complex. In all, 2 people were killed and around 30 injured across those 3 cities. And with all of the gun violence that has plagued our cities across the nation, Riley Mannion reports on a ray of hope that shone across the sky in Orlando, while mourners of the Pulse nightclub shooting were remembering those lost on that fateful day 5 years ago.
Thanks, Grant. This past Saturday marked the 5th year anniversary of the tragic Pulse nightclub shooting. On June 12, 2016, a gunman opened fire on the popular gay club, leaving 49 people dead at the scene, in what was one of the deadliest mass shootings in U.S. history and the largest attack on the LGBTQIA+ community. On Saturday, June 12, 2021, family, friends, and allies gathered outside of Pulse to remember and honor those who lost their lives in the mass shooting. In what many are calling a sign of peace, hope, and most importantly, love, a rainbow casted above the club on the day of the memorial. The rainbow gave hope that the 49 people who were killed were present at the memorial and watching over everyone. Orlando police released a video of the rainbow, which also showed many people with smiles on their face at the beautiful sign of hope above them. The event at the Pulse nightclub was just one place where people have come together to show love, especially for those who were lost in the shooting. The month of June celebrates Pride Month, honoring members of the LGBTQIA+ community. So be sure to spread love and accept everyone, because we are all human and love is love. Now it's time to head over to sports with Rihanna and Danny.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome back into this week's sports update. My name is Danny Shea. Starting off in the NHL playoffs, the New York Islanders, Tampa Bay Lightning, rematch of last year's Eastern Conference Final from the bubble, now in front of fans, shifting the series back to the Nassau Coliseum on Long Island. Islanders able to steal a game in Tampa early in the series in Game 1, but unfortunately for the New York Islanders, Tampa Bay comes in, steals the game. They regain home ice advantage. It is now a 2-1 Tampa Bay lead after winning Game 3 last night at the Nassau Coliseum 2-1. Braden Point continuing his hot play, scoring yet another pivotal goal for the Tampa Bay Lightning as they are able to go into Long Island. A loud building, everyone sees it. All the fans singing the national anthem. The Borelli's live streams on Barstool Sports. It's going crazy this series. But Tampa Bay Lightning able to play the bad guys going. They get a big win. They regain the series lead. Shifting over to the other series now in the NHL, the Vegas Golden Knights going up against probably the Cinderella story of this year's NHL playoffs, the Montreal Canadiens. The Montreal Canadiens, they go in, they beat the Toronto Maple Leafs, arguably the best team in the North Division this season. Then they go in and sweep the Winnipeg Jets after they swept the Edmonton Oilers, and now they're going up against the big bad Vegas Golden Knights, who just beat the Colorado Avalanche, arguably the best team in the entire NHL this season. But Montreal able to steal a game in Vegas. Game 3 of that series is tonight on USA at 8 p.m. A big game for sure. Shifting over now to the NBA playoffs, we have 2 pivotal Game 6s tonight between the Atlanta Hawks and the Philadelphia 76ers. The Hawks somehow able to go into Philadelphia, into that hostile environment, winning a ginormous Game 5 after another monster performance from Trae Young. And somehow, someway, the Atlanta Hawks have a chance to win this series tonight in front of their home crowd. That game is on tonight, as well as the Utah Jazz and the LA Clippers. Can the LA Clippers survive, force a Game 7 against arguably one of the best teams in the Western Conference this season in the Utah Jazz without Kawhi Leonard, their superstar? He went down earlier this week with a nasty injury. Could be done for the rest of the playoffs if the Clippers can somehow find a way to survive. Will playoff P, Paul George, will he somehow be able to come through? Who knows? But 2 pivotal Game 6s tonight, 2 series clinching opportunities. We're just going to have to see how that unfolds. But in the Eastern Conference, we just talked about the Philadelphia 76ers, how they're looking to survive. Another team that's looking to survive is now the Brooklyn Nets. They just lost Game 6 last night to the Milwaukee Bucks, and that series is now going to a Game 7. I don't know. The big bad Brooklyn Nets, everybody thinks it's finals or bust for them this year, but in all honesty, the Milwaukee Bucks are a fantastic team. Giannis Antetokounmpo, we saw him dominate last night. We saw Chris Middleton dominate last night. We saw him hit some clutch shots towards the end of the game, especially that shot, that late 3 where he was able to get a foul called and convert on a 4-point play. That pretty much put the Nets to sleep. And Drew Holiday starting to produce now big time in this series too. So Milwaukee winning all 3 games in their building. Brooklyn has won 3 games in their building. It's now going back to Brooklyn. Will Brooklyn be able to continue to survive and now push their way to their first Eastern Conference final in a very, very, very long time? Finally, quickly shifting to the MLB, we had some news come out today that international superstar Shohei Ohtani, everybody's talking about this guy this year. He can throw over 100. He could hit 500-foot home runs. He's going to be in the Home Run Derby this year, so just another reason to check out All-Star Weekend a little bit later into July. My name is Danny Shea. Thank you guys for watching this week's Sports Update.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's entertainment segment of HPU Vision Summer Exclusive. Hannah and I have a lot of exciting and juicy content to share this week.
That's right. In fact, we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. Following the premiere of the newest season of The Bachelorette, Chris Harrison shocked audiences after announcing he would be permanently leaving the Bachelor franchise. This news comes after Harrison had already stepped back following his comments defending Rachel Kirkconnell back in February, following the accusation of her racist past. Harrison stated that he is, quote, excited to start a new chapter in a statement he made to Instagram.
Harrison came to an 8-figure settlement with ABC and Warner Brothers. This is not something that came to him easily. There are sources saying he demanded $25 million or else he would unearth all of the dirt he knew from his run on the show. He was furious that the network had not given him more support during these last couple of months.
One of the things that is so fascinating to viewers of the show is what goes on behind the scenes. Just think about all the insider knowledge that Harrison must have. I mean, he has dirt on all these people, and he knows about the unflattering and maybe even illegal things that have gone on behind the scenes.
That's right, Hannah, and we may never know exactly how much Harrison got from the network, but we do know that he got one of the best lawyers, and he did not want to leave the franchise. This just goes to show that you have to be extremely careful with your words.
In other news, Marvel has been taking the entertainment industry by storm with WandaVision, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and the highly anticipated show Loki, which premiered on Wednesday, June 9th. The show broke records for Disney Plus having the largest U.S. premiere day audience of the Marvel shows.
Wow, that's really interesting and exciting. However, I'm not that surprised. I'm a huge fan of the Marvel franchise, and the 2 shows that they released earlier this year, WandaVision and The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, were both really good. And WandaVision was very quirky, and the Falcon was kind of the classic Marvel style. And I think they did a really good job from the past 2 episodes, just combining the 2. I don't know if you watched it.
Yeah, I think they did a great job. I loved the style that they took with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I like that they wanted to continue with the traditional themes that they've had going on. but I think Loki is such a loved character and people have grown to love him so much that they honestly could have done whatever they wanted to with this show and audiences would have been so excited for it.
I agree. He's one of my favorite characters, and he doesn't get a lot of screen time at all. So I think that fans are really going to be excited about this show.
I agree. And speaking of hits, Olivia Rodrigo's hit Good For You is still at the top of the charts for the third week, according to Rolling Stone, with 32.5 million streams.
And that is all for this week's entertainment. Thank you for tuning in.
Hello, welcome to this week's Summer Exclusive Fashion. My name is Lizbeth, and today we're going to be diving into the 3 S's. The first S is going to be the swimsuit trends. So 3 prints, that I've been seeing, I got ahead of myself, is the cow print, the snake print, and the tie-dye / marble print. My favorite of the 3 has to be the tie-dye / marble print because tie-dye is usually the hit or miss, but they are really hitting this summer season. They're really knowing what to put on each item that they have, and it's like giving like even the design of the tie-dye is really nice. It's not very messy, it's very clean, which I think is a good change. And then we have the cow print. Cow print has never really been a thing that I've seen in the summer, but cow print is going up there and I'm not mad at it. They have brown and white, pink and white, blue and white, yellow and white, all the different types of colors, and they're being used on cow print on the swimsuits, and they have them in the 2 pieces and the 1 pieces, and they look very nice. For the snake print, I feel like I see snake print all the time in different ways, so I'm not surprised that we're seeing it in the swimsuits. I mean, it's just, a regular staple to have in your closet. We're also seeing a lot of colors like orange, green, and yellow, the highlighter colors, which are attention grabbers. We're seeing a lot of pastel colors, which is usually spring colors, but they have made their way into the summer. We're seeing the powdery pink, the baby blue, and the lilac purple. Then we also have the cover-ups. We have the mesh pants with ruffles on the side. It's 2 different types of materials being put into one, but they look very, not materials, more like patterns, or I guess you could say textures, but they look really nice and they're very see-through. They're not like normal cover-ups that you see, like which would be like the shorts and the little shirt. We're also seeing a lot of skirts and dresses being worn, kind of skin tight but looking very nice, and they have like the marble effect on them. And we're also seeing the long sleeve crop top, and we're seeing it with like flowy long sleeves with flowery details, or it'll be like a good, like very neutral colors, but they're very floral. It gives me like a butterfly effect. I don't even know if that makes sense, but it's there. Moving on from swimsuits, we're going to our second is, which has to be the sundress. I love sundresses. Sundresses are such a good thing to society. I think they're a great thing for the fashion world. I mean, you cannot go wrong with a sundress. But a sundress, for all of you that don't know, is a long dress that is either strapless or has spaghetti straps or like thicker straps, but they're not like covered, and it's more skin tight, but it'll be flowy on the bottom, and it looks so nice on every body type. And I just love sundresses. They give good reviews for sundresses because I love them. To buy a sundress, my favorite top places to go to are Zara, Fashion Nova, H&M, Pretty Little Thing, and Shein. I mean, you cannot go wrong in any of those places to buy a sundress. And then the third and final S of the night would have to be streetwear, summer streetwear. So summer streetwear, streetwear is trendy right now, and I think that what I've been seeing a lot of is shorts. We don't have the really tight shorts anymore. This summer we're seeing more of the baggy mom jean shorts or the boyfriend jean shorts, if that makes any sense. We're seeing a lot of Bermuda shorts as well. Sweatshorts, which is like a sweatpants but cut in half, or cut a little more in half, are really in right now. And you pair them with sneakers. I think that sandals are not what is in right now. Sandals are kind of gone. They're not a summer thing anymore. People are strictly wearing low dunks, low Nike dunks, Nike dunk lows, sorry. And then they're also wearing Air Force Ones and Jordan 1s, Yeezys, but we are not seeing a lot of sandals. I love sandals. I will continue to wear sandals, but that's what we're seeing a lot of. And then we're also seeing a lot of graphic tees being worn. Crop tops are still being used, but we're seeing a lot more of very baggy shirts with a lot of different graphics, a lot of different logos, a lot of different brands, which is really great to see. We're really diversifying our way of dressing, and it's really good. And unfortunately, that is all the time I have today. Thank you for joining me on this week's Summer Exclusive Fashion. See you next week.
Thank you so much for joining us for show 1 of the Summer Exclusive. We hope you were informed and entertained. We also hope that we provided some insight into what is going on in the world, especially as we approach post-pandemic life. Please join us again next week as HPU Vision brings you all of the summer's exclusive content. But for now, I'm Grant Hines. Have a great summer, and we'll see you next week.